You watching Rebel Life Boxing. Make sure y'all like and subscribe for more Rebel-based content that only a Rebel could give y'all. Y'all know what it is. So, the boxing world was pretty much shocked when they found out that supposedly Terence Crawford should be facing Chris Eubank Jr. They're trying to line up a fight with Chris Eubank Jr. At 160 pounds. I'm not sure exactly when the fight is supposed to take place, if it is even going to take place. There's nothing official yet, as far as I know. But a lot of people feel different ways about this. Some think this is a bad idea. This is a garbage fight. Some people think this is a good idea. It's a good move by Bud. I gave my take on it. I think this is a good fight for Bud because he been talking about fighting the 168, fighting Canelo, and he wants to test himself up at a higher weight class. Maybe this is a show for Canelo to show, look, I can handle the 168. Look at me at 160. I'm over here doing, knock somebody out at 160 or whatever. Now, Terence Crawford, if he knocks out Chris Eubank Jr., if they fight, that could be a good end or it could be a bad thing. On the good side, it kind of raises his stock, when it comes to maybe a Canelo fight. Maybe Canelo will look at him like, all right, this dude is the truth. He knocking out dudes at 160, then I can fuck with him. It'll give me some more credibility if Bud move up and fight me and then I beat him. Then it ain't gonna look like I knocked out or I beat up on a smaller dude. And it's also good as far as Bud getting the experience, getting acclimated to two weight classes up, things like that. But I also look at it like this, man. It could also be a very bad thing for Terence Crawford because if he moves up to 160, knocks out Chris Eubank, that might scare a lot of dudes away from wanting to fight him. Because a lot of dudes was kind of avoiding Terence Crawford, but now he goes to the 160 and he smokes Chris Eubank Jr. And people are like, damn, this dude didn't even fight at 154. He skipped that weight to jump right to 160. That's what he doing to dudes at 160. I don't want no parts of that dude. So there's a possibility that this thing could kind of backfire for Terence Crawford, but I still think it's a good move as far as him, get acclimated to a different weight class like that. That's a very smart move. He could have probably took a fight at 168, but he didn't push it. You know what I'm saying? He said, okay, look, I just did welterweight. I feel good at I know I would feel good at 154. I've been, I walk around like 160. That's probably close to his walk around weight. You know what I mean? So he probably like, all right, let me see what I could do at 160. Some people say he should have fought Carlos Adames. But I think Adames is a champ at 160. Here's my thing on that. I think the reason he's not fighting Adames first is probably because he's trying to get acclimated to the division, and maybe B, he already knows Adames because they sparred before, so he probably like, all right, look, let me take a touch up, let me take a light. He probably looking at Eubank as a light touch, but let me take a Chris Eubanks first, and then let me whoop him, and then we can call out Carlos Adames for a scrap. And I think that's probably what Bud ended up doing. He probably gonna take two fights at 160, probably try to get the belt for Carlos Adames. I think that's what he gonna do. And then I think after that, he's probably gonna go after Tim Tszyu at 154. Take that belt from Tim Tszyu. Damn, I didn't even think about that. Now I'm like, yeah, that probably is what he's going to do. Or he might fight Chris Eubank, then go back down to fight Tszyu, then go back to 160 and fight Carlos Adames. I don't know what, I mean, the up and then back down and up. I don't think he'll do it that way. But it's just a possibility, or he could forget all about 154. Just go for a not unification. Go for a title at 160. Then he'll be a champion at 135, 140, 147, and 160. And then, or he still could probably squeeze in a Tim Tszyu fight. then he'll be a 5 divisional champion, bro. It's crazy. So I'm thinking Bud's next opponent is going to be Chris Eubank Jr., Tim Zoo. He probably is squeezing Carlos Adames. I'm thinking about it, maybe. And then maybe he'll go for, if Canelo calls him out, he'll take the Canelo fight and he'll probably just retire. I think that's how it's going to end up going. So, in all reality, Terence Crawford probably has 2 to 3 more real fights left. 2 to 3 more fights left, and then maybe the Canelo fight. Like that's a long shot. I highly doubt it because if shit, I just don't think Canelo would have fight Bud. I think he think Bud probably too skilled. He probably think Bud will whoop him and he'll look bad because Bud is a smaller dude. I think that's what it is. So it don't even matter if Bud beat Carlos Adames or beat Chris Eubank at 160. I still don't think Canelo wasn't a part of Bud because Bud can box as well as he could crack. So I think that Canelo fight is a real long shot for Bud, but there still might be a small possibility that could happen. So we can leave that on the table, like halfway on the table. But realistically speaking, I think Bud's gonna fight Chris Eubank, Tim Zoo, and maybe Carlos Adames, and then probably pack it up. Just my take. Let me know what you think. It's your boy Rebel Like Boxing. Love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later on the next one.